Okay, so this week we're working from the middle up. So it's going to follow the same pattern as far as we have a double crochet in the corner, a double crochet in the next corner, we skip one, 2 double crochets in the little chain 4 from the previous round. So that all follows the same as it did on the bottom when we were starting that first row. The only place it is a little bit different is when we come down here and we get to the corner, we're going to do a double crochet 2 together. So we'll start a double crochet on one corner and we'll skip over to the other side and start a double crochet and then finish them together, and then it just works all the way up the other side. So that's going to be our main difference. I'm going to start, it really doesn't matter where you start, but I'd rather not start with double crochet 2 together. So I'm going to just go, if this is my corner, I'm going to go to the first block, and I have it laid like it looks like the number 7. Let me zoom out. So I have it laid, I've folded it in half and I've turned it so that it looks like the number 7. I know this is not ideal for, there we go. And what I'm going to do is go to the middle of that block where we have that chain 4, where I'm going to do a double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet in this chain 4 space. So it's right in the center of that block, and then we'll work this way around and end up at a corner. So last week we did joining with a standing double crochet, and you're welcome to continue to do that if that's how you would like to do it. I'm going to also show you just how to start with a chain. So here's that chain 4 that I was showing you once I found it. And so if you don't want to do the standing double crochet, what you would do is just slip stitch and start with, so that's all I'm doing is inserting my hook under the chain 4 space and laying the yarn over my hook and pulling it through. And then I would just start with my chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and you can use that as your first double crochet. It's up to you which one you prefer, but I wanted to give you the option and kind of show you a different way to do it in case you ever run into anything like that. So again, I'm just inserting my hook into that chain 4 space, and I'm going to lay my yarn over top my hook and and pull that up through, and then do a chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and that chain 3 counts as our first double crochet. Then in this chain 4, it's supposed to be double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So these chain 3 counts as our double crochet. We'll chain 1 more time for our chain in between, and then go ahead and do a double crochet. So that becomes double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and you may want to mark that third chain that we just did because that's where you'll join back to whenever we get to the beginning of the round. Okay. Then we will chain 1. We're skipping that single crochet and going to the double crochet and doing a double there. then it's chain 1, skip the next stitch, go into the following stitch, chain 1, and that brings us to our corner. And this lands us at the corner that we're going to join 2 together. So I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into this first corner, pull up a loop, and then yarn over, pull through 2, and then before I finish that double crochet, I'm going to move over to this corner, and that's where I'm going to start a second double crochet. So yarn over, insert my hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then I'm going to yarn over, pull through all 3, and that has made 1 stitch between these 2 corner pieces. So I'll do that again.
So I went the wrong way, so I'm not at my corner, I'm going that way.
Oh, okay.
So I'll just wait and do it
Whenever, yeah, just keep going down the side, and when you get to it, I'll help you with it. But so you're going to, in the corner space, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then don't finish this double crochet. Move to the other corner, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then you'll yarn over, pull through all 3. And so that joins our 2 corners. And then you chain 1 and start working down this side. So we skip the first double crochet, we're going to double crochet in the next one, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip that single, and then it's double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in that chain 4 space, chain 1, skip the single, work in the first double, chain 1, skip the next one, work in the third double crochet going back up this side, chain 1, that brings us to our corners. So I do a double crochet in the first corner, I chain 1, and I do a double crochet in the next corner. And then we'll just continue that around, and the only place that'll be different is whenever we get to the corner on the opposite side, where we'll do those 2 corners together. But all these corners are just the same: double crochet in one, chain in between, double crochet in the next one. It's the only at the points that we do the 2 together. Okay, so I'm to my next corner. The last thing I did the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the chain 4 space, and then I did chain 1, skip 1, and a double crochet, and chain 1, skip 1, and a double crochet, and that brought me to my corner. So I've chained 1. I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into the first corner, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's the starts of the first double crochet. And then before I finish it, I'm going to move across to my next corner. And it's not, so we have 3 corners coming together. It's not the one in the middle, it's the diagonal corner. We're going to yarn over, insert our hook into that corner, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we should have 3, and we're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. And then chain 1, and then you just continue down that side. So I'll come take a look. And then when you get back to the beginning, you'll just join in that 3rd chain that we did starting out. And if you're going to continue the same color, you don't have to cut your yarn. You can just chain up from there. If you are changing your color, which I'm going to do, I'll show you how to do that before we start the next round. Okay, so for the next row, if you're alternating colors, whatever you used as your second color down on the bottom, if you want it to match, you'd use the same thing up here. So I'm going to change to this lighter tan. You can start anywhere for this. I just wouldn't start in the corner. I'm going to start, I'm not going to start the same place I joined last time, just because I've already slip stitched in there and it'll get a little thick. So I'm going to just go back a stitch and start there. If you weren't changing colors, you would just continue from here and chain 3 for your first double crochet from where we joined together, from where we put that slip stitch. You just chain up 3 and continue. I'm just going to back up 1 stitch. So I'm just going to insert my hook.
So then you should finish this off.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you can go ahead and finish it off.
Because you don't want it just hanging.
Yeah. Unless you want to carry it up through. You could, if you don't want to. But then it's going to
I don't know.
be tangling the whole way through.
I know. Okay, and then I'm going to go back a little bit.
Yeah, I just went back to the stitch right before it.
Okay.
We're going to be doing a double crochet in every stitch and every chain space, so for this row it doesn't matter where we start. However, while we're here, you might want to put a stitch marker around that first chain we did, that first chain up, because the next time around we're going to be looking for that, because we want to make sure we start above that on the following, not this round, but the following round. So I'm going to go ahead and put a marker around that.
Marker around the
Where we started the last row that we just finished. So where you just slip stitch, we want that one marked. We're just going to start the same way we started the last round. We're just going to insert our hook. I just inserted my hook into the top of one of the double crochets. You're going to lay your new color on top of your hook and pull your yarn through, and then you're going to chain 1, 2, 3 for our first double crochet. And then we don't do any chains in between, it's just double crochets, 1 double crochet in the previous stitch and 1 double crochet in the chain space the whole way around. The only place that is different again is where we come to a point at the corners. And this is that dark black row.
Okay.
I don't know exactly how it copied on yours.
Yeah, it's dark.
So we just did this lighter row with the chains in between, and now we're working this darker row.
Alright, and you're going to chain in the double,
we're going to double crochet in the chain space
Okay.
and double crochet in the double crochets. So there's
Double crochet in the chain, double crochet in the chain space.
Mhm.
Crochet, okay, and they do that all the way around.
Yep.
Double crochet, double crochet.
The only place there's any difference at all is when I'm at the corner. I'm going to double crochet 2 together again. And if you look here, the double crochet goes, it's in the chain spaces. So you start in a chain space and the other one is in the chain space across from that. So you don't work in the actual stitch of the double crochet 2 together from the previous round.
Do it in the chains.
Mm-hmm. So here's that double crochet 2 together that we did on the previous round. I'm going to be working in this chain and skipping the actual stitch. So I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into the chain space, yarn over, pull up a loop, and yarn over, pull through 2, and then go over to the next chain space, skipping what's in between here. And then pull through all 3. So there will be nothing in the double crochet 2 together from the previous round. Otherwise, it's just all double crochets the whole way down the side.
Double crochet in the chain, double crochet, double crochet.
And we'll just continue down the row. And I should mention, if you happened to forget a chain in the previous round, for instance, let's say that this was just a double crochet and a double crochet and I forgot to chain in between. That's not a big deal. Just make sure you double crochet in between those 2 stitches because that'll correct your count now. It just needs to be 1 double crochet in a stitch and then 1 double crochet in between the stitches the whole way around. And then here I am at my other corner. You just want to make sure you remember you're not actually working in this stitch, the double crochet 2 together. You're doing your double crochet 2 together in the chain space that's on one side of it, and then in the chain space that's on the other side of it. And then you just keep going and finish out that side. And then when you get back to the beginning, if you started in a double crochet, then you should end in a chain space. And then you'll just join to the top of that first chain 3 that we did. And if you are changing colors back, you can go ahead and snip that and weave in your ends. The third round here, and the reason that we marked this double crochet that we started round 1 in is because we are going to follow that one straight up and we're going to work in the top of the double crochet that's right above it. And remember, the top of that stitch is actually slightly to the right. So here's where we started. We're going straight up. We're looking at the double crochet that's in that double crochet, and that's where we're going to be joining on to start this next row. Because we're going to go back to skipping stitches, and we want to make sure that they are all lined up correctly. So we're going to start the same way we started the other rows, with just inserting our hook, placing the yarn over top of our hook and pulling it through. Then we're going to do chain 3, so 1, 2, 2, 3. That counts as our double crochet, and you probably want to mark the third chain there, because that's where we'll join when we get back to the beginning, and then we'll do one more chain because that's our chain in between. So it's a double crochet, chain 1, and then we're going to start skipping stitches and doing double crochets. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, and all of these double crochets should end up being stacked right on top of a double crochet from the very first round. And then when we get to the corner, if we look at this, so the first round was here. The second round we worked our double crochet 2 together in the chain spaces. This time we're going to work our double crochet together in the double crochet immediately before and in the double crochet immediately after the double crochet 2 together, but we still skip over the top of that double crochet 2 together. So if it might help, even if you find that double crochet 2 together first and mark the top of it, that might help, so you know that's the one you're not working in. We're going to work in this one here and this one here for our double crochet 2 together. First, I'm starting off by I found that double crochet 2 together from the previous round, and I'm going to go ahead and mark it because that's the stitch that I'm going to skip over. Then coming down the row, I'm coming down with a double crochet and then a chain 1 and then a double crochet and then double crochet 2 together. So I'm going to start this double crochet to the right of the one that I'm skipping, and then finish it to the left of the stitch that I'm skipping. And then I'm going to continue up, and I don't chain first this time. I just go straight into it. It's just going to pull that corner in a little bit tighter. And then you continue with the chaining and the skipping stitches and doing a double crochet the rest of the way up. So it ends up looking like that. Okay, so I've made it to my other corner. I went ahead and found that double crochet 2 together so that I could mark it, because that's the stitch I'm going to skip. And as I come down, I go into a double crochet. Let me back that up, because we don't chain first on this one. It just closes that corner up a little bit tighter, otherwise it's a little more U and we want to just keep becoming a little more V. So we double crochet to the right of it, finish it, or start a second and then finish to the left of that stitch we're skipping. We don't chain, but we're still skipping one. If you did chain, it wouldn't make the biggest difference in the world. It just pulls it a little bit tighter is all. And then the rest of the way up, we chain 1, skip 1. And every once in a while, as you're going along down your side, just keep double checking to make sure your double crochets are lining up with the double crochets from round 1. So when you get back to the beginning, you'll just join in the third chain that we made at the beginning of that. We did 4 chains, but you join at the top of the third one. And then I just tied a little knot here so it doesn't get pulled out, because that's where we'll pick up next week with the last set of rows. So the last set of rows kind of end up looking like netting a little bit. It's these, and they work up pretty fast, because once you do the first one, then it's just a bunch of stitches and chains in between. It's just all a matter of we've got to get started on the right stitch. So that'll take a little bit of time at the beginning of next class, but then after that it just works up and gets smaller and smaller each row until the top, when we finish with just a row of double crochets and double crochet togethers. So that's what we'll do next week. But in the meantime, if we just finish here with this third row done, then we'll be good to go to finish next week.